Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sherry. I do a daily general reading for whoever's watching. If you're drawn to this video, have faith and trust there's a message you're meant to hear. If the reading resonates with you, please give the video a thumbs up. If you like the content I create, feel free to subscribe. And if you're interested in a personal reading, please send an email to shapeshiftingtarot@gmail.com. So today I feel like I'm talking to somebody who is in a really not in a very good place. You are walking away from yourself. You're walking away from your spiritual beliefs. It feels like you're going into a cycle where you are ignoring your intuition. You are feeling like things are too tough right now. Things feel really hard right now, and it feels like your fire is being put out, like you are feeling diminished, futile, tired, weighed down. So let's just see what that's all about. And I'm curious to know if you're leaving somebody or if you are leaving yourself. So I just am going to get clarification on that first. So I feel like you're leaving a relationship. Both these cards, the 9 and 10 of water, came up in reverse, the opposite of fulfillment and joy. So unhappy, somebody's being too materialistic, your values didn't match, your beliefs were different, and so it feels like it feels like you were the one that was left behind, and you have been feeling lost and like you don't want to move forward. You are stuck in this emotional space and you're quite comfortable there at the moment. The Queen of Wands comes up. Someone who's busy. So it's a tough time right now. The Five of Pentacles comes up. So isolation, insecurity, worry, financial poverty, spiritual poverty, just a real challenging time for you. And the Queen of Wands is the first card that came up. So I feel like she's very capable, and like you are absolutely going to be okay. And once you get through this time period, you have to learn to tame your inner dragon, your inner light. And it feels like you are trying to keep busy. The Two of Wands, time management, prioritization. So again, trying to keep busy like all the time, trying to keep your mind occupied all the time. I feel like this is going to, I understand where it's coming from, but this is going to wear you out because well, the Temperance card comes up right away in reverse, representing imbalance, excess, lack of long-term vision. So it is not sustainable for you to think that you can just keep your brain busy for 24 hours a day or however long you're awake, and months and months in order to get through this time. You're actually going to need to take a break and get some peaceful time to yourself. The Five of Wands in reverse. increased focus on goals. So you are not facing the challenges that you're going through. You're not facing your responsibility. You're not taking responsibility for your part in the disintegration of this relationship. You're very much in a victim mindset. You are not interested in moving forward, nor are you moving forward. The seven comes up, the Chariot, and it comes up in reverse. So you are not moving forward at all. You're just really stuck. The Tower card in reverse, avoidance of disaster, fear of change. So you're feeling that by keeping your brain busy, nothing else could possibly go wrong, and you're feeling like if you just focus on your work and you focus on money, work and patience will be rewarded. So if you are patient and you do focus on your work, I mean, that's a really good thing to focus on. I feel like you need to get in touch with yourself, though, your higher self, to figure out what your higher purpose is here in life, on the planet, on Earth. The Hermit the Hermit comes up right side up. So this is major arcana card. So this is a very heavy influence on this reading. The go inward, the Hermit, embrace being alone, withdraw by choice and with intention to soul search and to learn more about yourself and to become wiser in the decisions that you make. Not that this was a bad decision that you made or a wrong decision by being with this person or even by leaving this person. It just is. There's no good or bad. It just is. And it is all in your perception. But you can find lessons in this and make it ultimately a learning experience and make it positive that way, if you truly believe it. But you are being encouraged by your ancestors and the angels to hunker down and to not be afraid to look inward. Don't be afraid to pick apart the situation, and not only is it okay to take responsibility for your part in this relationship, it's a necessity for you to accept responsibility for whatever it is. Even if that was you staying longer than you should have, you need to accept whatever it is, take your responsibility, and grow up with that. And now you've learned more, you're more experienced, you're wiser, and now you take that next step and move forward, right? The Eight of Wands in reverse. Again, just you not being ready to take on that sort of introspection, and maybe because there's so much chaos and confusion within you because you are shocked, I think, at the way that this relationship ended. You are really left kind of floating in the wind, like you're really upside down. So these are swords and wands, but both in reverse, and you can just see, like, it's like you feel like you're losing everything. You feel like you can't hold on to anything, and really all you can hold on to is yourself and your sense of self, and everything around us, everything external is temporary. Ultimately everything is temporary, as we know, in this world is temporary because we die. But when we don't die, things are temporary, like relationships, they change. Cycles, good cycles, negative cycles, everything changes. Everything is always changing and in motion. So this is something where you need to try to just roll with the punches. And maybe you're not ready to sit and think about these things, but it is encouraged. And by not taking care of this, your health, your spiritual, mental, emotional health, you end up really hurting yourself, stabbing yourself in the back by not taking this time to come through this crisis, to go through this crisis, to feel through it, and feel the endings, feel the loss. It's terrible. It's horrible. Nobody wants their relationships to end, and especially, nobody wants to be on the receiving end of um, of being rejected. But you don't have to look at it from a victim standpoint. Realize that ultimately this was going to happen, and this needed to happen in order for you to grow as a person, as a spiritual being. The Two of Cups in reverse: breakup, imbalance in a relationship, lack of harmony. The Four of Pentacles in reverse: greed, materialism, and self-protection. So this I feel is a warning card, because you are focusing on work and money and that sort of thing right now in order to get away from your broken heart. Be careful that you don't lose focus of what's important. And right now, you getting through this time period, without going crazy, is what's important. But be careful that this doesn't turn into your priority, money and things, because you will not be able to find fulfillment and happiness in external stuff. Okay. The Four of Swords is rest after a stressful time. So rest and recovery. So take this time, Divine Feminine, to recover and to rest and to reflect and heal and feel and get strong, get through it. If you do not take the time to work through it now, it will pop up at another time, and it might pop up in a really ugly way. The Moon in reverse. Release the fear, release the unhappiness, and release the confusion. Start to take your own happiness and your own health into your own hands. Consider this as important as going to the doctor to take care of your body. This is as important, if not more important. The body can fail, but your spirit is still in that body, right? So take care of your spirit. You always need spiritual hygiene. When I say you, I mean we, all of us, but we all need spiritual hygiene. And a lot lately I've been getting the message to put out the message of protection prayer. So taking care of yourself, saying something to yourself on the daily, such as, I project a divine white protective aura around me, and visualize it and say it anytime that you think about it. And I'm a great believer in taking control of your own traditions and your own spirituality, and however these traditions grow and develop as you go about your business and you continue to build on your own personal traditions. Don't ever feel like anything that you do or say in your ceremony is wrong. There is no right or wrong. and it's very individual as to what works for everybody. That's why I kind of don't understand those. I understand to an extent those big religions, um, how they can believe what everyone else believes, but at the same time, it's like, but aren't you an individual? Don't you have your own traditions or, beliefs or anything like that? So don't feel like you have to follow the rules, any rules from anybody else. There are no rules. And whatever you decide to do to help yourself, that is positive, as in, try not to start drinking, try not to, increase your smoking or take up smoking or anything like that. Try to do positive things. But anything that you try to do to help yourself, it can't be wrong. And the dancer of frustration comes up. I'm the dancer of frustration. I delight in placing obstacles in your path, but I can also show you that there are other paths to walk. What will you do when I appear? Either you will push against me to try to break my hold, or you will walk with me until the strength of my grip gradually begins to lessen. So while I may seem a negative force in your journey, I teach you to look for better ways to advance and how best to strengthen your resolve. So changing your perspective is a huge thing for you right now. At times, the universe itself seems determined that we should fail, and the mountains of wasted energy spent in the attempt to break through that wall of frustration can drain us for longer than we realize. We need only to look at this powerful cave art to see that frustration is no new thing. The dancer of frustration may stand in our way, but also encourages us to look beyond the obvious and find a new path that may lead us to greater joys and richer rewards than the original path we sought to take. The moment we can visualize that new path is the moment we can begin to move forward again. This card is interpreted as opposition, weakened resolve, hopelessness, paths blocked, inhibitions strengthened, determination to find a way, anger, passivity, desire diminished or strengthened, and release. There's a lot in this card that I think pertains to this reading and to whoever this reading is for. Understand that you are not the only person that is going through something like this. Also, the feelings that you feel are not exclusive to you. We are all human. We feel the same things. So you're not alone in that way. But changing your perspective and looking for the lesson in everything is probably going to be your best friend right now. Sitting with yourself, turning inward, meditating, focus on your breathing, say your protection prayers, get outside and go for walks, get close to nature. All these things are very helpful. Get enough rest. That's something else I get here. Get enough rest. And be kind to yourself. Have an amazing day, you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Keep breathing. I love you. Namaste.